friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
He saved her life in a pool accident 5 years ago. Now they are engaged. Written by Hallie Wells, read by Julie Provost. Many of the most magical and inspiring love stories are those based on healthy, loving 50-year-plus marriage. We're also often touched by couples who have experienced long separations and found themselves back to one another later in life. Here's a story, though, about two young people who met as teens, have endured great trials together, and are now ready to start their married life, and their commitment to one another is beautiful. Alan Mann and Brooklyn Boyer shared their first date back in 2020. Both were in high school and had known each other for months, but Alan knew during their first date, a secret trip to Sonic, that Brooklyn was the girl for him. He shared with KCBD that he remembers thinking, someday this is going to be the girl that I'm going to marry. I was like, I don't know why I feel this or know this, but it just felt right, and it hasn't changed since. Now a senior at Lubbock Christian University in Texas, Alan's commitment has never waned, even when the unthinkable happened. Just about a week after their first date, Alan and Brooklyn were swimming with friends, and Brooklyn hit her head on the bottom of the pool. Alan, who had just finished a lifeguard certification course, saved Brooklyn from the pool and took care of her until paramedics arrived. Brooklyn spent 3 months in Denver's Craig Hospital, and even though their relationship was still very new, Alan and his parents were there with her the entire time. Brooklyn told Alan that she'd understand if he didn't want to date her any longer. She knew that not everyone would want to or be able to handle the situation. But Alan told Brooklyn that he didn't want to hear her say that again. Alan's devotion to Brooklyn never wavered. Alan told the news outlet, lots of people say it's like a coincidence or something, but I just think it's a God thing. That day was hard, but looking back at all the good things and blessings that came from it, it's just really amazing to look back and be like, God was with us the entire time. The couple has shared so much over the last 5 years. Moody Neuro Rehabilitation Institute hosted a private prom for the two and helped Brooklyn dance with her date. Alan has seen Brooklyn relearn how to drive and watched her embrace a new way of dancing in her wheelchair. He's appreciated every step along the way. To witness firsthand all that she's got to accomplish and do, even with the injury, has been nothing less than amazing, Alan said. I'm very blessed that I get to have one of the front row seats to that experience. Just after Valentine's Day, Alan and Brooklyn became engaged. While sharing a romantic dinner together, Alan got on one knee and proposed to the girl that he'd been so sure about from the beginning. Brooklyn joyfully accepted. She said, I sit all day just looking at the ring, and I'm like, that's probably bad, but I just can't stop. I'm just so happy, so happy. Alan is in awe of his fiancée's strength and resilience throughout her journey. Brooklyn calls her husband-to-be such a blessing. Both recognize the part God played in all of it. From their strong initial connection to Alan's role in saving Brooklyn's life that day at the pool. From the blessings that God provided them both during her recovery, and now in being with them as they prepare to marry. Mr. Mann is right. None of these things are coincidental. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Hi, this is Chris Benjamin. I am the producer for the Salvation Army's podcast, Words of Life. Words of Life is a 15-minute weekly show featuring testimonies, interviews, and conversations on topics impacting the church today. Some of our recent and upcoming guests have been author and podcaster Nicole Eunice.
So oftentimes I think that when we thought we were about to see a new season, we thought spring was on the horizon and it's actually a long, dark winter. Is it possible that God is doing something in that season?
Author and podcaster Rachel Wojo.
I really believe God wants to use the story. You certainly don't do it for fame. You certainly don't do it for any other reason other than you really want to meet people where they are.
And on some future episodes, we will have author and speaker Zach Clinton, as well as a special appearance by Miss Volunteer America, Berkeley Bryant. Listen to Words of Life wherever you get your podcasts or visit wordsoflifepodcast.org.
Couple reunites 15-year-old blind dog with owners after finding her in the wilderness. Written by Julie Provost, read by Julie Provost. Nicole was 20 weeks pregnant when she and her husband went out in a canoe on the River Dee in Aberdeen, Scotland. Little did they know that they would become heroes before the day was over. While they were on the river with their own dog, they came across a lost one and helped her to safety. Once they saw the older dog on the side of the river, they went for a closer look to see that the dog was all alone, without an owner in sight. They also realized that the dog was blind. They jumped into action and got her to safety, pulling her inside the canoe. Nicole posted about this rescue on TikTok. As you can see, the old 15-year-old dog sits in the canoe while the couple's dog swims along happily in the water. Nicole shares in the video that her own dog loves to be in the water. Nicole and her husband were able to return the dog to its owners. They found out that she had been missing for over a week, but God was watching out for her until she was found and escorted like a princess back home. Although they did not record the pup's homecoming, Nicole shared that it was cute. They couldn't believe she was alive, she said, which is understandable yet heartbreaking if your dog has been missing for over a week. Losing a pet can be quite a traumatic experience. Thankfully, Nicole and her husband were in the right place at the right time, and they were able to help the older dog get back to her family. What an inspiring way to help others. And do not forget to do good and share with others, for with sacrifices, God is pleased. Hebrews 13:16.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.